Hello, everyone, and welcome to a fairly belated episode 5 of POGcraft. And today I had a bunch of stuff in mind, and then I've kind of squirreled. Anyways, one of the things that we really need to do, from looking around over here, is storage. And I did dig out a hole, and I have built a storage room. It's just copper golem based thing. And then there's a couple of other little bits and bobs, but I was going to have to pause the actual recording in between here because I need parts of it to be for the intro thing and parts of it to be separate entities from this. So I'll be right back. For a specific reason, I'll get to it. I have a schematic for that, which actually, let's see, loaded schematics. Unload. There we go. And then I personally, how was it we turn off the rendering? There. Just turn off the rendering for that. I built it in a creative world, and one of the things I've been running into is needing wood. I have the tree farm actually schematic. I just haven't placed it yet or built it. I have the materials to build it too. I just haven't done that yet. I also was thinking that I would need a supply of bone meal for said farm, and so I've been working on something down here, which is actually why I no longer have my wings. Among other things, I've been aging some copper around here, but also down below is where the skeleton spawner is, which if I time things correctly, I should be showing you guys footage from that. And there's a place where the items come up, as well as access for the actual, so that if there's a problem, I can go down there and do maintenance. And also, I went with minecarts, a hopper minecart system, and I've already modified it a couple of times. I think I want to modify it again. But for the most part, I have a basic, it's just that it drops them down onto some glass. I'll show you all here in a second. Nothing fancy. They just fall down there, turn on gamma so you can see. Onto glass, hopper minecart picks it up. It's a spawner-based farm, which leads into why I no longer have my wings. You see, I've been lighting up all the caves. I set up a despawn sphere using Minihead, because one of the things it can do is a despawn sphere, which is really nice. And I've been lighting up the caves, which actually there's still some to do. Unfortunately, as you light the caves up, there actually comes a point where it gets really, really hard to do. And this is going to be a bit longer of a clip than I would originally intended, but that's okay. Anyways, I ended up in a bit of, I don't have it here because I've locked off and locked back in the chat, but it did have, I think it was 5 in total. 5 deaths. And most of my stuff despawned, except for my helmet and my legs. I have gotten boots back up, as well as a sword and some other gear, which I'm going to have to go and replace. Oh joy. And, anyways, I think I'm going to pause the actual recording of episodic clips and settle a little bit further along. See y'all in a little bit. I suppose I could record this part. I've been told east and then south, so I'm going to start with this portal here. There's been a few dragon slayings. We'll see. I did look at the seed atlas to see where some cities should be. It's actually more that way. Minus 296, that'd be quite a bit that way, actually. Great. Anyway, I have no ender pearls either, so this should be interesting. You know, it probably would have been smart to take a carved pumpkin, but actually, I do think I have one. I could keep recording me going over this, but I'm gonna pause until I get to the end city. Just looking at my mini map. This isn't one of the ones that I saw on the seed map, but it'll do. Now, the only question is if there's actually a thing still up there, or if this is one of those where somebody's already been here. And I think I need to be over here. I have to be very cautious because I don't actually have any ender pearls, so it might still be intact. I only want the one, and then I'm heading back. It's actually pretty easy to get it back. It's just 0-0. Head towards 0-0. Yep, there you are. I'm claiming those. I don't know that I have enough material or enough XP to actually apply that, but first, let's put some stuff away. And we put that away. I don't know, but I did bring it in, though. Nope, don't have enough to put it on here right now. Oh well, I'll put it on there when I get back. That's the only thing I wanted from here. The rest of it, I don't actually care about right now. So, it's west and south mostly. Off we go. I think my next major task for this episode, which I actually planned on. Oh yeah, I have a beacon, but not enough iron to make a beacon base. Is we're going to take our happy caster, which I named Balloon. And we are going to lose our balloon because he flies off. Because I didn't grab a snowball. Well prepared here, Sylph. Very well prepared. I have snow. Somewhere I have snowballs. Okay. Back to then. Don't think I need that much, but Oh, balloon! You're needed. There we go. I did put them away. And according to what I've read, the happy gas time is at 3.6 blocks per second. The player's base walking speed, I believe, is like 4 without sprinting. But we have some villagers that I put away a while ago over in this village over here that we're going to eventually get to. I was going to do this on a stream, but it just hasn't worked out that way, unfortunately. So we're doing it now. I've got extra fence posts because I need to dock the guest somewhere so he doesn't get too far away. And I'm probably gonna do some montage bits with the flashback mod to do with the getting the villagers back over there. And I think I'm going to pause here for a moment. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I think this works. Come on, guys. Yeah, I did hit start on the flashback, so... Come here, balloon. Come on. And we're off. I really only need the 2 guys because I have a breeder for the villagers, which is going to make a huge difference on that. It's just going to take some time. So I also need an iron farm to go with that beacon, but I needed an iron farm anyways because I keep running out. And if you die, of course, anvil, and that's its own whole ordeal. Anyways, I'm going to continue all the way back, and the replay or voice of habit flashback footage should keep going all the way until after I've delivered the packages, as it were. Grab my hoe because before I can let these guys out, I need to make sure there's a place for them to actually go. And I also grabbed a Fortune 3. Yeah. I'm always busy when they call. Anyways, you need to have somewhere for them to go, otherwise they'll just sink through the ground. to make sure. Looks like they may have at least partially fixed it, though. Give me that. And then now, they should eventually be able to breed with each other. And then they can't actually get through this, but the babies can, and the player can as well. It's literally, I copied Duck. Duck M77, and then of course then the babies fall down there, flow across, and then drop down there. And then the part that isn't a copy of what Doc did. This is very, very old school, but it always 100% of the time picks them up. They can't get out of getting picked up. And that's our villager breeder. It just might take some time before we get another villager. In the meantime, I'm going to put some stuff away, and I'll be back eventually. But yeah, the way that is set up, the adults can't actually get through. They think they can get through to those beds, and there's 5 beds and 2 villagers. The idea is that the babies run there, fall down, and eventually he'll get pushed off the edge there. And now he's in there. And if I put a minecart in this dispenser and push a redstone button, it'll pick him up. And then I have a villager to do whatever with. So simple, but it works. And I'm going to cut for now. I'm not sure what else I'm going to actually get done. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I wasn't going to do it, but then I'm thinking I'm going to be waiting hours for that copper to oxidize. So the reason to do it with oxidized copper specifically is because then they turn into statues faster when you make it into copper golems. Need 22 altogether. Couldn't do it. Couldn't wait. Gotta go get it. Not good. 27. Hey, a free suck touch bill. I'll go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna loot that chest anyways. No one else is gonna come here, so. It's either that or wait on the copper to oxidize for another bajillion hours. I know it's not actually that long, but it does take a while. And I'm going to go turn this into our little buddies in our base here. I don't think you have to unwax this. I'm going to. But the idea is that they turn into statues a lot faster. If it's already fully oxidized, and I want these guys to be statues ASAP. Which is why we went ahead and robbed that. And 22, because there's 22 places for them to go. There we go. We've had a couple of them already seizing up, which is what we want. Just take a moment. I have so many pumpkins. Why do I have so many pumpkin seeds? Jeez. Dude, you frozen in a bad spot there. That guy I'm gonna keep separate. Yeah, it'd probably go quicker if they stacked. Really? You're using your brother as a climbing thing? Those ones are still very much alive. But what we're going to do is I have wax as well somewhere. Yeah, some wax, and then we're going to turn them into our employees. And I was thinking, lore-wise, it could also work given that we're a dragon. And these little guys are our goblin workforce, watching over the treasure, making sure everything is accounted for and where it needs to be. Because lore. I'm letting this one run a little bit longer because it's not taking long for these guys to go full statue at all. Well, these last couple of guys may take a bit, but there are 22 of them altogether. We got 3 left. I have so many bucks to go through. But then the idea is you place each one of them in their own box space over there, and then I go through and deoxidize them. That guy is now a statue. And now you are. You will be in a moment. But you're not going to be a statue forever. This guy's going to be a statue forever, but you're not. And then what I do, dig these up as well, because I don't need there to be a bajillion copper chests in the middle of my base. But now, I go and put all these guys into here. And when I deoxidize them later, they'll go and do their thing until they oxidize again, unless I wax them, which I'm going to do. And I keep hitting the wrong button, because, you know, why would we hit the correct button? You know, I don't actually have a way up top. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Do I have my box of that out? No. Got a shreep. I'm gonna hold off on cutting it until after I have at least... I'm probably going to stop with the recording after I get one guy not frozen. Oh, I do have a way up. It's on this side. Okay, that makes life a little bit easier. Obviously, I'm not going to go through on camera with unfreezing all these guys. But we're going to do the first one together here in a minute. One there, one there. There. And the thinking is that, if I remember from my testing, I forget if it was my testing or if it was from watching somebody. But they go all the way back to the very first stage, which is the point at which they're getting waxed. So, that's not what I wanted to click on. Yay! And I'll be back. I might be back to finish out the episode. Executive decision. There's more I would love to do, but unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to. At some point, I know I want to do some bulk storage for certain items, like especially deep slate and stone. And then I will have the gap over here in the actual blueprint, specifically because my original thinking was having a small smelter of some description. But that all is going to have to wait until another time, and I do actually have Fulbright on because we're inside. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did like the episode and are eager to see more whenever that may be, Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and then all that jazz. And as always, always remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind.